guys, so I'm just setting up my whole rig, which is basically the interface. I'm using a DI box, which I've been doing now for a while. Just because of the interface I use, the Scarlett 2i2, the first gen, has a gain problem where if you plug in directly into the interface and the pickups are very hot, it clips very quickly. Let me just adjust the camera here a little bit. There we go. I haven't listened to the track. I have downloaded it because you could just get the link and then just download it. And it's very hot, so I don't know what's going to be the resultant here of everything. But we'll see. I have my in-ear monitors here at the ready. Everything, almost everything is plugged in. I just need to plug in the guitar, which is right here. I don't need to play anything. I really don't. I just have it here just so that way it's at the ready when we need to. So let's listen to the track. And this will actually be a bit more of like an actual, like, hey, this is what I'm thinking when approaching backing tracks. Just that way you guys get an idea. So the title says Reggae R&B in C# minor. So I'm already thinking C# is right here on the 9th fret, the pentatonic, right? So I'm automatically also going to think E major. What are the chords within E major, which are the same as where the chords within C# minor? Okay, and reggae R&B, I don't really know what that means. I know what reggae is, and I know what R&B is, so this is kind of like a mixture. So we'll see what this sounds like. So this should be interesting. Oh, and it tells you the chords right there, so it's pretty cool. So it's C# minor, F#, G. So we're kind of playing on the idea of 1, 4, 5 within a minor. So it's kind of like a blues, really, just with the reggae kind of influence. And you can hear the cut, 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 ba, ba, ba. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So reggae is all about that. Really quick, reggae is all about that and offbeat. You know, you're not leaning on the actual beat. You're hitting everything on the offbeat, and it kind of creates this cool dynamic where the drums are doing one thing, very tight to the, very strict kind of 4/4, and it's always on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, that kind of thing. So it's an interplay between all the instruments. So I'm already thinking about different things. Apparently there's a guy playing to this on the screen, which I hate. I don't like to listen to other people play, because when I play, I want to have my own sort of influence, right? I don't want to get any influence from anybody else, simply because I feel that when you do, you try kind of hard to, maybe not hard, but you do get influence and you start to mimic other people. And I'm not about that. I'm about mimicking no one. I would just want to play like myself. And if I do mimic someone, it's probably going to be someone that I've been listening to for a very, very long time, right? So for that respect, I feel it's a very straightforward track. C# minor, and why not? I mean, the chords are right there, so it's C# minor, F# minor 7, G# minor 7. It could not be simpler. Now let's see if it gets different. So what I'm listening for is I'm trying to find out if the backing track does anything different with the rhythm, if there are other chords introduced, if there are other melodies that I could possibly use. And it doesn't really seem like it. There's some light guitar doing the, you know, a few little notes and stuff, but it's just it's just playing around the chords anyway. So the drums do kick in a little bit harder. Right? The snare is just a pop kind of thing. That sounds cool. So there's like synth that comes in. So what I'm thinking about is like, okay, we can actually have an escalation here. You know, kind of start small, grow, 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 grow. And you kind of want to follow the track and follow the energy for that. Because of the chords, because of the key, it's actually very easy to just kind of stick to what you know from blues in this. You could literally just play the pentatonic scale and you'd be perfectly fine. But when it comes to shaping chords and creating this different dynamic and interplay, that's when you want to bring in something like the minor scale, or you want to bring in the Dorian scale, or you want to use harmonic minor, melodic minor, and just kind of, you know, play around with that. And see what will work. You know, if you want a minor scale with the major six instead of the minor six, you can totally do that. See how it works, and let your ears kind of train you and guide you. You know, you don't really need to try very hard with tracks like this, nor any backing track. The idea is that you want to just have the foundational kind of sound in your head ready, and then just go for it. Right? You hear me, I'm not even playing anything, I don't really need to, but in my head when I'm thinking about this track, da 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 na 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 na, you know, something like that maybe. I automatically start thinking of little lines I can play, melodies I can play, to see what I can do and go from there. Right? If you overthink it, you're getting into like composition territory. So I'd rather not. I'd rather just go into it and play. So that said, let me go into Logic. So I'm gonna close off Safari. Clip grab is usually what I use to download everything, which is terrific. I'm gonna go over to Logic. Did I say that? Yeah, I did say that. I get very confused here very easily, as you can tell. So what do I usually use to kind of hear myself? I usually use in-ear monitors. That's what I use at the church that I play at. Whenever we need to hear ourselves, we do not have floor monitors. We have, or even our amps. Our amps are like completely off stage. I'm just trying to adjust this here. Oh man, I look like I'm Casper or something. There we go. I think that's better. But the idea here is you know, just to be able to hear myself and accurately and kind of dial in something. So I'm not gonna try to go for high gain kind of stuff, even though I usually do. I'm just gonna go for something cleaner and a little bit more bluesy. Bias effects will give me the most versatility. So I'm going to open up bias effects if I can find it. There we go. And I'm gonna do stereo. So I want to do one amp on one side, one amp on another side. There was already a patch that was in here that I downloaded like ages ago that I think does that. Roy Ziv Blues Lead, and you can probably download it off of the Bias Effects Tone Cloud thing, because I'm pretty sure that's how I got this, and that's what I'm going to be using. But I'm going to change the drive, and it has a compressor in the front. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I feel okay about I think I feel okay about it. I think that'll work. I don't need much. Like, so one side is hard pan left, one side is hard pan right. So apparently one is Joe's Bassman. which I imagine is Joe Bonamassa. And the other side is supposedly a Dumble amp. And the Dumble is pretty clean. So I'm just going to stick with this and see what it sounds like. And if I ever do decide to change it, I could just change it in post. Okay, so the delay right now is set to like 150 something. Okay, so that's it. That's all I really have to do. Hopefully I come up with like a cool sort of melody that I can kind of interplay with. Okay, so let's do it. Let me just, yeah.